What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Influence Me. Today we have a special guest. He is a branch manager at New American Funding in Santa Ana. He is a boxing manager and he is also part owner of Tequila Mandala. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Oscar Sanchez. All right, guys. Oscar Sanchez.
How you doing?
Thank you for
No, thank you
being my second guest, bro. Like I appreciate it. When Justin told me that you were down to do the show, I was like, fuck yeah! Like I'm looking forward to this conversation because I honestly want to learn a lot of things because I'm trying to get into not the same field, but the entrepreneur, business, investing type of field, you know?
I appreciate that.
But yeah, let's talk about what you're into. If you want to talk to them, let them know what you got, what kind of businesses you have, what you're currently doing now.
Well, I'm like you guys. I'm trying to make it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, trying to find what's going to take me to the next level, try to find out what's going to be my future. I'm a current branch manager for New American Funding. I've been a branch manager for 5 years with New American Funding, but I've been in business for 15 years. Doing home loans, especially in the area of Orange County, but especially in the area of Santana.
Okay.
So when I first started working in Santana, it was the Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bad things going on over there, and I was getting my butt kicked by my competition just because a lot of bad things were going around.
Yeah.
I was very optimistic about doing the right thing, just kind of like just not take people's money and their home more than anything else. So toughed it out, and thankfully my business is strong and in downtown Santa Ana, proud and serving my community the best way I can possibly can.
Cool. You grew up there? Like
well, I grew up in LA.
Okay.
When I started doing mortgages, everybody had a niche, right? Everybody had an area. I mean, I'm more raza driven, you know. Like I want to be like, okay, I want to be that guy to at least be helpful and supportive, provide the service that people deserve.
Right.
And I saw everybody targeting Santana in a bad way. I'm like, well, that's not right, you know. So I didn't grow up in Santana, but I grew up in Santana as far as business wise. That's my life. That's my home. That's my everything, you know. Everything that I ever accomplished was because of Santana. So as far as business wise, I'm proud of it, and it was tough. You know, we have customers coming to me and asking me questions, and they went across the street and they got lied to, and I can't compete against the lie. And unfortunately, those people that did that for many years either lost a license or got caught.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. That's what I do. Before, I didn't like it too much because it is a grind. You know, being a banker is not like kind of like the funnest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But I enjoy. I fall in with it again, and in later stages when I got other avenues involved with it, and one with the avenue that brought to it was boxing. So boxing was an element that I always loved, a sport that I always loved growing up. So what I did is integrated boxing to my mortgage business.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you just wanted to kind of expand your...
Yeah, I just, and kind of like, you know what, I started as a hobby, sponsoring fighters, and I fell in love with it, and then, I started inviting my clients, and I started inviting my agents, and they started liking it, and I started seeing the reaction, like, "Whoa, okay, they like it as much as I do."
Yeah, man, who the fuck doesn't like boxing?
So it grew and it grew and it grew, and my business grew as far as loan officer, and my boxing was growing, and same thing, same attitude that I had with boxing, with loans. I'm sorry, with boxing, just do it because you love it.
Yeah.
And the money will come,
passion,
and yeah.
You have to be patient, obviously. I mean, I'm pretty sure. So let's take it back to like when you were growing up. Like, were you entrepreneur driven? Were you always like into making side hustles? Like, how were you? Because a lot of people that are watching, this show is mainly to influence them into following their dreams and their passion and their.
I used to sell stereos. So I grew up in LA in the Inglewood area, and in high school I was taken to San Diego my dad wanted to live in San Diego close to his family. And I was kind of pulled away from my friends at that time. And, I met some guy that had hookups with stereos. It was 1992, 93.
Car stereos, right?
Car stereo.
Car stereo.
Not back in the days, you're just subbing,
It was a system.
Yeah, you want to go there and you want to be known, like, this guy's coming around.
Yeah.
So this guy hooked me up with stereos and started slanging them. Started going to places that want to buy stereos and bought them wholesale. Got my little whatever chingadera license that he had to apply for. Sell them, make $20 to $30 profit, and then from there, 100, and so on and so forth. So that was my hustle game.
How old are you at this time?
17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 17.
Still in high school or like?
Still in high school, but I was the guy with the hookup.
And that's pretty smart though, because at that age, I'm pretty sure people were already like kids your age were like trying.
They wanted it,
buying cars. And,
it kind of reminds me a lot like what like having that something that, and I'll go to it a little later, of that people are wanting.
Yeah.
Like we want the new stereo, and I have to hook up with the new stereo. When it comes out, I can get you 10. Stereos. So from there, I'm gonna sell you one. I'm gonna sell you one. So I had a little operation going. I had somebody that install stereos. I had somebody that sells subwoofers and the boxes. I had somebody that made custom boxes.
So everyone ate. Everyone around you was like eating. Like there's.
Man, I was rich, man.
You're fucking.
Making $100 a day, man. I was
like, sheesh.
Tacos on me, man. It was awesome. I had a good time doing it, and it was crazy because I went to get more stereos, and the whole operation was shut down. The police was there. It was.
Yeah.
It was something that was going on that shouldn't, Right. I wasn't part of it. I did my part, but so my entrepreneur car stereo business went under.
Damn.
That quickly.
They shut your shit down.
Yeah, and then from there, I came back to LA after I graduated from high school, and I used to work at the airport. I used to live with my cousin in Inglewood, and I had a one room to kind of like kick it with.
Yeah.
So I worked at the airport, and I was that hustler with the bags, the maletas, bam, put the bags, and the faster you work, the more money you make, and I was just putting the bags, take them out, get a tip, and go back. So I was doing that for 8 hours, 10 hours a day.
Fuck. How much would you make at that time? Like how much are we talking about? Like.
A good day was $80 a tip. Fuck. $100 a tip.
Plus what you get paid hourly?
Yeah, hourly. So, and then it was me growing up, so I was working at the international airport, and you see like famous people come in.
Yeah.
Right? And you see like rappers come in, and you see back then Cypress Hill showed up, and every time Be Real showed up, he already knew where to find me, and it was just like he was always showing love.
Yeah.
He tipped me, and then his other people tipped me. So when Cypress Hill had a tour,
you're like,
I came up,
like,
it's always showing love, and so I had my regulars, other airlines, and one of my friends, his name is Fred, he's like, hey, I'm going to go to computer school. He has a kid on the way, so he kind of told me, hey, you should look into it. I looked into it, and I didn't like it. I'm like, not for me. And I go, no, you need to kind of like do it for me type of thing.
Yeah.
So I did. I went to computer school, and kind of like the CEIs and the ITT techs, stuff like that. That you'd be rich in 9 months.
Yeah.
you know?
That they got you type of shit.
Yeah, I go there for 9.5 months. You'd be in school and learning everything that you should be learning in 4 years and 9.5 months, and good luck after that.
Yeah.
So
did you pay for it? That was like community.
No, I gotta pay for it. They give you like grants, like they give you money to go to school. So like I don't even have to work.
Oh, fuck.
So I was like,
just like, yeah.
But then you pay for it 24% for 10 years.
Fuck.
So you pay for it down the line. So these are checks to give you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, done. Go to school and get paid.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it took me 10 years to pay for it, but it was well worth it. I went to computer school and started doing really good. I got my Microsoft engineering degree, and I was always good with math. So jumped on it. Was bored as hell, man. I was like, "What the fuck am I doing here in a cubicle?"
This is not what
I was a cage fucking lion,
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way I can survive here. And I was getting paid well. I was working for Kingston Technology in Fountain Valley, getting paid well, and I was a technician, and life was like happily ever after.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
for me. So I jumped from there to start doing notaries, and got this account, that account, and before I know it, had a huge accounts. And then from there, I just took the leap of faith and did a loan officer. And then from there, I became, what I am now. Yeah.
So who got you into the loan officing, like office business and like all that stuff?
Back in the days was the refinance boom.
Okay.
So it was like kind of like
And what year was this for?
2003 and 4.
Okay, so it was before the crash.
Yeah, before, exactly.
Yeah.
So when I first got into computer business, it was the .com boom.
Yeah.
So I'm catching all these booms, right?
Yeah.
So the .com boom, like, okay, I'm jumping in computers, and after that fade away. Okay, I gotta jump something else. That's what I did. What got me into it is just I started seeing that people were asking for notaries, and I was getting my license. It was like applications for everything for banking. Started doing notaries, started learning the process. But when I was doing notaries, I was learning the process of a loan. I was just not doing the signing. I was like, okay, so why are you getting this rate higher than that guy?
Right.
Why is your FICO lower than that guy? I was like just trying to know the
ins and outs.
What helped me was my computer degree, because everything is just maths. Everything is just like adding stuff up.
Yeah.
All day long. Calculating and figuring shit out. Like, it doesn't work, make it work.
Yeah.
Like, okay, numbers, okay, why is this going over? So my computer degree helped me with that mindset and that element in my mortgage business. The whole crash, a lot of people that were not supposed to be in the business was in the business. Kind of people that were just like
shady.
Yeah, just ripping people off.
Yeah.
So they started scrutinizing your licensing. Like, you have to actually obtain a license now.
Yeah.
Before you didn't. Anybody can do a loan. So you got your license, you become an NMLS license. I want to say that was like 2010. And since then to now, everything became more legitimate.
Yeah.
Which is better for the consumer. Like, if you fuck up, they know where to find you.
So did the crash fuck you up too? Like,
actually helped me, because they filter all those rateros,
Okay.
Yeah, all those guys that were just like selling the bad loans got filtered out, like scattered like roaches. I'm like, oh, okay.
That they filtered there out, but what about you, like in terms of business, like where people still come in and being like, hey, you know what, I need to.
Thankfully, since I've been in the business, it's always been gradually every year growing and growing and growing.
Okay.
Yeah, I knock on wood, it always stays the same. I just feel like that didn't faze me at all. I feel like it was something that kind of benefited me, that it crashed for a reason.
Right.
It crashed because a lot of bad apples were in the business, financing, taking care of your home, right, and making money out of it and taking advantage of it in the same process. So yeah, I was okay with that.
Yeah. What I'm noticing about you though is that you're like aware of like the tension, like wherever like there's something you see that there's something going on, you're like, oh well, maybe I can jump in that business and they're gonna need it, or they're gonna, I'm gonna be there at the right time So that's what I'm kind of getting from you.
You want to catch that wave.
Yeah.
And catch it and don't be afraid of it. Because.
Is it hard though? Because I feel that a lot of times like you doubt yourself, especially, I don't know how you were growing up, or was there any people that influenced you to doubt yourself, or was your family positive? Did anyone like shut you down? Like, hey, fuck yeah, you're fucking crazy. You're not going to do shit. Like, because a lot of times people get scared because of that. They grow up with negative family members around. It sounds fucked up, but that's what it is,
reality, man. Like, este pendejo que sabe.
Yeah.
Like, I could do loans for everybody in the world except my family. I promise you that. My family will not refinance with me for the shit. Fuck. But I refinance everybody, other family, and they will welcome me with open arms,
Yeah.
My family was very unmotivated, but my dad was very entrepreneurish, and his hustle game was on lock.
Right.
But he couldn't relay that message to me. It was more like I had to deserve it. I had to prove myself every single time.
That's trippy.
Yeah, my dad passed away when I was 25 years old, so I never can accomplish if he was actually proud of me, or he actually said, "Oh, you figure this shit out," But I was, that I can't control that.
Yeah.
But I was afraid of. Yeah, I'm terrified. You don't know what happens. You don't know if you're gonna fail. Then, shit, I left computer to go do loans. Do I go back? If it fails, what do I do at this element? So,
Were you the type of like you figure it out? Because I'm more like, I'm gonna try this out. Oh, obviously, I'll have to see some sort of potential, right?
Yeah.
I have to see some sort of, and then I have to make sure that myself, I'm capable of doing it, and I believe in myself to do it, right?
Yeah.
But I think there's also a sense of like, not listening to other people's, opinions, just for you to just go.
The way I see you is that I see you fearless, my personal perspective.
Okay.
And I see you because you have people looking up to you, and as much as you look up to the people. But I'm saying like fearless, like saying, I'm gonna do it, and if I fail, you guys got my back.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And when me growing up, I had the same thing with my cousin and my friends. Like, dude, like if you fuck up, bro, you fuck it. Go back to the airport.
Yeah.
We still, hang out and we drink, cheap ass vodka in the parking lot before we go to the club. Like we're still gonna be boys.
Yeah.
And having that support is confidence. Like, hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna be criticized. I'm not gonna feel like a failure. I'm gonna succeed in some capacity.
Yeah. So
whatever ventures I ever done in my life, my friends always been there, like, done. Like most of my life, I've been like that's not want to say broke, but not making any money.
Right.
So my friends, God, bless them, they always had to spot me whenever time we go to the restaurant, or just kind of make me feel bad.
Support,
Thankfully now, they're still my friends, and I can thank them, and they know that. But it's just the element of the foundation of growing up, and I feel the same way with you. Like you have a lot of support.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna fail.
Yeah, I'm fucking shit. I hope, because that shit would suck.
Yeah, you're not.
But
I
mean, even if I do, I'm not. Like you're saying, I'm not afraid of it. Like I'll figure something out. I feel that I tell my wife all the time. Like before, when I would work in a job, I would be like scared because I'm like, fuck, if I lose this job, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to look for something else, right? And I don't know what I'm gonna bump into.
Yeah.
But now with what I have right now, it's like. Someone can literally come and steal all of my shit, and not to be cocky, but they can come and steal my cameras, and I can borrow my friends and figure out a way to, continue making money. You know what I'm saying?
What is that worth? That's worth everything, man.
And that's what, like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, fuck.
Yeah, that's worth everything. Like if you have that support, nobody can stop you, man.
And that's what's trippy. Like, sorry for all my fucking family that's out there, but I honestly have felt more support from friends.
100%.
Than my family. I mean, my family does support me, but I'm talking in terms of, like, for instance, Bebo. Like, I didn't fucking know this guy, and I reached out to him, and I was like, hey, you know what? Like, I need help. I want to do this business, and maybe you can help me out, and I can help you out, and stuff like that. And he fucking changed my fucking life around.
Yeah, that's a true talent there, like, and I always tell him that, and when I first saw him, I felt that I love the whole hustle aspect of him, but he's very sincere what he does. Whatever he's doing, he wants other people
to succeed.
And that brings energy back to you. So when I first saw him, and we get back to the other things that we do, and I said, this is what we want to have part of our brand.
Well, let's talk about it now, because I feel that this is like a big achievement for you. Like it's something. It's not like something small.
Yeah.
You are part owner of Tequila Mandala.
Correct. Like, proud part owner.
Fuck, but I mean, I feel that you're early, in a sense, because you're early in the business, right? Yeah. I feel that it's gonna take off, because we brought it to my family, and they fucking love this shit, and obviously we didn't know about it. So I don't drink personally, but tell me how'd you get in the business? What got you into it? Like what's the deal with it?
So I tried Mandala at Hector's in Broadway. Loved it. I went to Temple, loved it. So I'm like, I'm going to hit these guys up. I do boxing. I'm going to promote. We can do cross promotion. And the co-founder, his name is Humberto Ibarra.
Okay.
He does the Instagram, and I'm here hitting him up. Like, I think they had a couple of thousand followers.
Okay.
I'm like, this is like,
that's it.
This is legitimate page,
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. I was kind of like. So I was that guy in Instagram, like, on your ear, man. Like, hey, man, we need to work together. So finally, he got tired of me bugging the shit out of him. That I'm surprised he didn't do. Two things happened: a restraining order or block me, one of the two.
Also, you were fucking hitting.
I was hitting him up. my wife told me, like, you need to stop doing it or they're going to block your ass. And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I went this far. I'm going for it. So he was like, all right, let's meet. So we met and we connected right away. You know, he was a hustler. He's a hustler. But he was hustling the bottle so much. He went to events so much that I saw the hustle in him. Like, I feel like, dude, this guy is...
He's down for it.
He's giving everything he has to this product. So I fell in love with the product even more. So I'm like, hey, you gotta have a part of it. You gotta be part of it. And he's like, no, we're good right now. We don't need anybody. So he probably told me that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I mean, he can tell you. You can have him sitting in this chair. He can tell you how many times I told him. So I was that stubborn, determined. I believe in that product. So a year and a half ago, the opportunity came. But before that, I was already promoting Mandala.
You're already like fucking posting.
I was pretending I was part of the team.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't, you know? I'm like, hey, all the fighters like, hey, I got a tequila sponsor for us. And like, oh shit, you know, oh great. They don't care what sponsor, like we got to, you know, and I told those guys, hey, just hook me up with discounts on bottle. I never asked for a free bottle. Discounts for bottles. So I can just help with that to promote the fighter and do like a little event.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave me, wholesale price for the bottles and did my thing. So I was already promoting Mandala. So I kind of dragged Beto and Craig, which is my other partner, to one of the boxing events. And Craig met me maybe once or twice. Do we really want to go, you know? Yeah. So they bought their van, and it was like, people were just like, yeah, man, I love your product. You know, they were like,
they tripped out.
Like, what's going on here? You know? And then they went inside the boxing event and then started realizing, like, the love. Like, everybody already knew about it. So they're convincing people. People already been convinced.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into it. I got into it in the beginning when they asked me to be partner.
But what finally, was there a conversation? What was that? Like, all right, fucking guy, you fucking, let this fucking do something.
You know? And when they asked me, you know, it was... I was like, oh, shit, you know, what do I do? You know, and now I have to invest money on it. Can I afford it? Am I going to put my family in that situation? So my wife convinced me to do it because I was not going to do it because, you know, it is a risk. Yeah. She goes, you better do it. You've been talking all that shit, you know, and now it's time for you to step up. So
they gave you a number? They're like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. So let me
I'm just kidding, guys.
Let me go pawn my stereos, you know? So yeah, it was tough, you know, and to make the decision, but it was the best decision I ever made. Business wise, the best. My wife convinced me, like, you got to do it. You know, you kind of owe it to yourself. And at that point, I'm like, all right, I'm in. Let's do it, you know? And everybody that knew me, everybody who bought it, everybody kind of had a kind of like understanding of it. It just escalated like 100%.
Yeah.
Like people say, okay, so you're part of it. I'm gonna go buy a bottle.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So like you're saying to people that your friends, and it just elevated. Like, where can I buy it?
It's a celebration.
Yeah.
It's a celebration. I that's honestly how it sounds. Like they're like, fuck you. You're making it, you know, you're doing shit. Like, you're making big moves.
Let's do it, you know? Like, we had bottles to, even though maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but we had bottles that we had to get rid of. I was selling them from my garage.
Fuck.
You know, and we had no problem selling it. Justin can tell you how many bottles, like, what's up with these 20 boxes.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. We're going to get of them, you know? Because, you know, it was just people were just asking for it. And to this day, I get asked for, where can I buy this bottle, where can I buy that bottle? So, kind of like it was in high school with the hookup with the new stereo and the new speakers. Right. Now I got the hookup with the new bottles. So if you want the new bottle, call me. I tell you where to get them at, guys. Because you can't find them in the store sometimes.
Yeah, no. We've ran into that you know, that we can't find them, and it's like, oh, shit. Like, we hit a Bevel obviously because that was like the guy, but now we got a new connect, guys. So
yeah, no, Bevel was like the guy that I saw his talent, and I brought the idea, like, hey, maybe we should sponsor someone like him, you know? And then Bevel was like, you know, I want to be a sales guy. And I go, all right, you know? I saw his ambition and his determination. I'm like, all right, I'll get back to you. I went to the guys, and I go, hey, man, this guy wants to sell Mandala. Okay, cool, you know? How much tequila experience that he has? And I go, none. So he's gonna sell it, and I go. He has his quarantine parties, and he has an audience. I want him to start taking shots in his quarantine because we're in COVID. COVID hit, so everybody's at home. This guy is making something out of nothing. This guy's really there's ain't shit to do. You don't have a job.
Yeah,
It's Friday night.
Yeah, everyone's locked up.
Yeah, so he's bringing entertainment. And so I thought very talented for his, very smart.
Very smart. Yeah.
So I'm like, well, we want to sponsor someone. Okay, let's sponsor him. But I don't know about they were not sure, and I don't blame them because, we have the brand to stand behind.
Yeah.
So I told him, you know what, trust me, you'll be our guy, and Bebo showed up and did his thing and been doing his thing, But I believed in him from the very beginning.
Oh yeah, he promotes that. He stands by the product.
Yeah, he's growing with us. He's we love him, respect him. We feel like he's part of our family, and it's just like I keep telling him, like it's just the beginning. A lot of good things are gonna come around, and you get to roll with the punches sometimes, and not everything's gonna be easy, but it's honestly sometimes I'm like, damn, really, like I'm part of Mandala, and I'm happy, and I see where it's going. I see like the early stages of it. I'm very fortunate to be part of it, and kind of like everything that I've done in my career, my hustle game, I'm able to put everything in one element, which is get a Mandala, which is pretty awesome.
So right now, your biggest passion, you would say it would be the tequila or the boxing?
Well, boxing. So again, the boxing knows about Mandala. So 2022, we're actually sponsoring the OC Fight Clubs.
Okay.
They're gonna be pouring Mandala in there.
Fuck.
So
that's another.
So all my partners from Mandala are gonna see how this is gonna take to the next level. Canelo last week fought. I'm gonna ask you a question. Who's his alcohol sponsor?
I don't know.
What, maybe Tecate?
Used to be Hennessy. Yeah, and the reason Justin knows them, which is my stepson, because I told him.
Yeah.
But who in the shorts? But like, all due respect, like, which is an enormous brand, but it's like there's no connection there.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Right? Yeah, there's no connection. Like, all these fighters that I'm working with, because I'm a licensed boxing manager, they know Mandala is like there, and that helps them get other sponsors because they're. It's just like an element that's brewing to the high capacity, So it leapfrogs a lot of situations. So I don't know. I mean, passion wise, I probably still, boxing is my passion. Tequila is something I fell in love with.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because boxing, you get heartbroken in boxing. Yeah, because boxing, you get attached to a certain fighter, you get attached to a certain element, and they'll at times will let you down, or at times will make you kind of think about the sports.
Right. All right. Well, you brought another bottle. I know you said that the logo is a little.
Yeah. So this is the añejo is aged for 2 years. So we have a line which is the blanco, not aged at all. Then we have reposado, that's rested for 8 months. Then you have the añejo, which is 2 years. But this is the old label.
Okay.
This is our original label.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, to me, like a collector's item.
All right, let's pop it open then, because I know these guys want to take a shot over here.
I like to collect bottles.
I know that Justin was telling me you have a whole.
I think I have the best collection of Mandala bottle because I've been collecting since they first been around.
How many do you have?
How many do you think, Justin? Yeah.
40, 50.
Yeah. And every single bottle, I have a story for it.
Damn. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Take a
Shit.
shot. Yeah. Make it pop. There you go. Salud.
All right, guys. I don't drink, so
Oh, thank you.
I'll have my.
This is my stepson, so
He has that. He has that at home.
he's a saint when he's around me. He never wants to drink with me. Then I see pictures and videos of him going streaking and shit like that. And like I had, and then my wife, which is always kind of like asking, "Hey, so what is that video?" And I go, "You don't want to see it." They go, "Let me see it," and then see Justin. You know, like we're having a good time as long as he's not driving. You know, so
Yeah.
yeah.
No, every time he comes and drinks over here, I'm like, hey, crash, you know, like don't trip, like you don't have to drive and stuff. But he never wants to. So,
Salud, salud,
hello guys.
salud.
How is it? It's good.
Yeah. Again, I'm not a tequila person, and you know we drink
Yeah.
that nasty stuff. But the only bottle I've had that I've ever liked is the extra añejo, and this is right in between.
Yeah.
This is good.
So this bottle's yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
Enjoy, man. Enjoy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, for the next guest, we're gonna have some.
Not bad, huh?
no, not at all. It's good.
Yeah.
Down smooth.
Yeah.
Not too sweet.
It's a perfect balance.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So when you say extra, like when you say a collection of bottles, is it there's a design, or you guys are coming out with different, obviously not different tastes, right?
So
Because how many different tastes of tequilas do you have? Like, do you guys?
we have 4
4
for now.
for now.
But so this extra añejo is 7 years,
Okay.
which is our traditional bottle. 5 years in red wine wine barrels, the white barrels, but with red wine, stored in red wine, and from there it gets transferred to a cognac barrel for 2 years. So it gives you that sweetness and bite.
Okay.
I always said Tequila Mandala is more like a woman's tequila,
Okay.
just because it has that wine taste to it. 2 years is this one with red wine barrels. To me, depending on the day, the añejo does his job. You know.
Yeah.
The bottles itself we have 2 type of bottles. One is the extra añejo limited edition, and one is extra añejo traditional, which is this bottle right here. Yeah.
So let's go back to the boxing, because I think
Yeah.
that's a little bit interesting. So you mentioned Canelo, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that one day, or is that your guys' mission to kind of have him have Tequila Mandala in his fucking...
Yeah, my dream, my kind of like motivation, like, point of reference is to be part of a big element of boxing that way. Yeah.
Okay. Not necessarily, I mean, obviously him, but like if it were to be a big fight.
Yeah, if you have, like, let's say I was managing Canelo in his early career, and my brand is growing with his brand.
Damn. Yeah, because like
Powerful,
you're saying,
right?
Hennessy, it's not, it's like you're saying, it's not that connection.
I mean, not to be rude, you give you a check, you're going to cash it, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, raza going to drink Hennessy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're traditional, right? We might mess around with tequila, but we're not going to mess around with tequila. We're not going to go out of the tequila element.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Damn, that would be so dope if that
Yeah.
would happen.
Yeah.
Because I can actually see that playing out
Yeah.
pretty fucking good. Brand wise too, like
Yeah.
it does sound like that could be
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what other investments are you like dabbing into, or do you have besides, because American Funding, that's
Yeah.
like what you do.
Yeah. No, definitely, yeah.
And then the Tequila Mandala is a
So-
business investment.
Kind of like Snoop Dogg back in the days is like, New American Funding is the label that pays me, right?
Yeah, that's like your...
That's what pays the bills, New American Funding is a company that I'm able to connect. Like, I could recruit it all the time, but it's a company that really kind of caters to our culture,
Right.
and that has a price and effort to it, and I'm proud to be part of it. Boxing, you don't make no money in boxing unless you find that money pocket.
Yeah.
And then you do make sure you handcuff him, because
Yeah.
when Pacquiao came to the United States, he had like 2 or 3 different managers after the fact.
Fuck.
So, you Mayweather, to me, if I'm allowed to express,
Yeah.
kind of made the sport and hurt the sport, because it made it so money wise.
Right.
You know, like I can make so much money and not even fight, not even punch in the face, but people buy it.
Right. Right.
Canelo's no different from that.
Right.
I mean, how many times you see him getting punched in the face on Saturday? Good for him. You know, he made his millions, right? Me, I'm more traditional Mexicano boxing.
Chavez and stuff like that.
Yeah, those guys.
Tasos.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Le dio en la madre, pero perdió, pero you know what I mean? Like one of those type of things. That's my foundation in boxing. So going back to your question as far as my passion, I love boxing. I want to make a difference of doing the right things for boxing and be in the boxing element to make it what it was or what it should be.
Right.
You know, and just gonna hate me for this, but like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, hijo la chingada.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, bro. Like, but you know what? You can't hate them, which I do. Like, you can't hate them.
Yeah.
You know, because they're selling tickets. They're bringing people in the sport that.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna ask you. What your opinion was on that? Because he fought fucking Floyd Mayweather, and
I mean, come on, bro. Like you know what bothered me the most? My friend Chuck, my boy Chuck, man, he's my brother, man. I love him, but he forced me to go to his house. Like, you better come to the house. You know, I think Mayweather has bro, this is a fucking circus act. I see better fights in McFadden and Bristol, bro. Like, you know, come on, like there's nothing going on in this shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just one of those things that I feel that it's gonna make or break the sport.
I mean, because UFC is like we're UFC fans.
I agree.
And that sport is for us. Is I mean, for me, it's more like what boxing used to be. I see it like putazos. Yeah. Like it's like straight fucking. You want to go in there and fucking fight.
So UFC is a company, not a sport.
Okay.
The sport is called MMA.
Okay.
Okay. So you have Bellator, you have UFC,
right,
and you have companies back in the days which is Pride and Strikeforce, made the whole contact sport of MMA.
Okay.
Okay. UFC is a company, is a dynamic company. Which this company has. I mean, not talking bad about it. I think it's incredible what they've done.
Yeah.
What they done is bring one person, which is Dana White, which personally I don't know. I don't met him or say I like him or dislike him, but change the sport.
Yeah.
The whole combat sport dynamic from beginning to end, right? So you have a sport, you have MMA, you have UFC, and you competitive at the same time. You have the best, fight the best all the time.
Yeah.
So what he did is, okay, you got tired of the guy from Iowa to fight a guy from Sacramento, so he went international.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
So he started getting these guys, and then these guys, from Africa, and guys from, New Zealand, and they're like now becomes a global fight. It's like element that's erupting.
Yeah.
I promise you when I say this, the UFC is getting started.
And
you haven't seen anything yet because they have invested so much money. So the fighters don't get that much money.
Right.
The fighters are underpaid.
Yeah.
Because UFC is investing so much on the sport that whatever's left over is going to go to you. And it's up to the fighters to make the decision. So when you have a fighter like Usman, the one who fought on Saturday, saying, you know what, I won, I made a lot of money, I want to fight Canelo. Why?
What is your opinion on that?
He wants Canelo money.
Okay.
I want to be running around for 11 rounds.
Yeah.
I get punched in the face.
Right.
And make $30 million a night.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Sorry for all the fucking boxing or UFC people that don't like Conor, but I'm a big fan of his because of his grind and how fearless he is, talking shit,
100%.
Doesn't give a fuck,
100%.
But if he gets punched in the face, he gets punched in the face. So that's what I fucking respect about him. Fuck, I don't support all the other shit that he does, but in terms of what he does with this fucking money, what he does with his career, he manifested what he wanted to do. He doesn't give a shit about again, getting punched in the face when he opens his mouth, like he just makes himself vulnerable. Now, same thing with Canelo.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him, because now I didn't like him before, because I honestly, fuck, my bad if there's Canelo fans out there, but I just really didn't like the fact that I felt that he was strategizing too much his fights.
Right.
But now that he's talking shit, I fucking like that, because now he can get punched in the face and he's making himself vulnerable, right? And I love someone that like says, I'm gonna do something, and then maybe fails, and it's like, fuck yeah, at least you fucking did it. You tried, and fuck it,
Muhammad Ali is the best fighter ever, right? The greatest of all time. Why? Because he had more mic skills
Yeah,
than anything else. Yeah. He promoted the fight.
Yeah.
He was a pioneer in the sport, but he backed it up.
Yeah.
And Connor's that way. Connor doesn't mind getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Like, God bless him.
Yeah.
Like, I used to dislike Connor because he was being pushed by the UFC so much because of his following. But when he fought like Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
And his brother's name is
Nick
Diaz.
Yeah.
So he fought Nate Diaz. And at 170, he's like, I don't give a shit if it's
Yeah.
185.
Yeah.
He can go to Rosarito and get drunk. But I'll fight him. Like, he was willing to do whatever it takes to get in that cage.
Yeah.
Most fighters won't do that. And I promise you that, because I know they won't do that. No matter how much money you put in the paycheck. And Conor did it because he wants to fight.
And he lost that fight.
He lost and he got choked out.
He lost.
He made Nate Diaz a superstar.
Okay, so why boxing?
So boxing is the point of reference, right? So motivation is boxing, mortgages, tequila, friendship. So what's more exciting than boxing, right? So like when I see you guys, I see you, I see Justin, I see Bevel. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, brother. Christian. Christian. I see passion, bro. I see motivation. I see like point of reference, and like I'm very, very proud to be here, to be around you guys, because you guys are like a point of reference of success.
Yeah.
Like you guys have each other back, and I see Justin, is my stepson, so like how much you mean to him, and I appreciate that.
Oh. Well, he's a good kid. He's fucking hungry too.
I don't know about that, So
He's hungry. Like what I liked about him when I first met him is like that he was. We met each other that day. Oh, first of all, I would like to let everyone know that you helped me out with refinancing the house.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it saved us a lot of fucking money. Our fucking rate was super high, and you helped us out, and I really do appreciate that.
Of course.
So Justin came here and helped us sign the docs, and that's the first night we met. We kind of clicked, and that's why I think that we have that good relationship, because we have that same mindset.
I believe in him to the fullest, right? Not because he's my stepson, because I see talent in him, but I see that he needs a mentor, and you are his mentor.
Oh fuck, that's pressure. Damn.
And I appreciate that, because we all try to ladder each other,
Yeah.
So me growing up, my cousin had the curse of raising me.
Right.
In later lives, I'm raising him, But that's like we're pulling each other up.
Right.
And that's a foundation that is strong, You're investing your talent with him, and down the line, hopefully he does it for you.
Yeah.
And maybe he doesn't, but if it does, it's awesome, And I appreciate that for that.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we're trying. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. It's the first time I hear some shit like that. So
Yeah.
No. Well, we're here to help everyone out. Like you're saying,
Yeah, and
Bevel did the same thing for me. Like I'm trying to do the same with anyone. Anything that I know knowledge about, or like business wise or advice or tips, shit that I've been through, I'll share with anyone.
So like going back to Bevel, right? So Bevel is willing to throw out his love, success in front of him, and he knows he'll get it back.
Yeah.
The boomerang effect, right?
Right.
Which is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Because when he gets it back, it's going to come back even stronger, And I admire that from him, So
Do you did you have a hard time with patience, being patient? Because I feel that's one of the biggest fucking things that I had to.
Yeah, pace yourself. Like Canelo, there's 12 rounds on the fight.
Right, right.
You beat him up in the first round, or 11th round, you get paid the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, patience, learning the concept, learning the development of things. With Mandala, my patience was like, I can do this, blah blah. And then when I joined in, I learned patience. Like, hey, dude, like, relax, dog.
Right.
These guys don't know you. Like, taper down. To the point that, like, hey, Oscar, I haven't heard from you from 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And patience is hard.
Yeah.
Because we're so, like, on the go.
Yeah, I feel that that's one of the biggest things that I've had to overcome. I don't know if a lot of people go through this, but I've fucking cried by myself, like
I 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm down with that.
I fucking just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's like you have to keep pushing, you have to keep fucking believing in what you envision, and I feel eventually one thing, like you're saying, you did the stereos. The stereos helped you out for the hustling part aspect of it. You went to the computer classes that helped you out for your loan off. Like it's everything you do. I feel that I tell my kids the same thing. Like you have to do your best, no matter what the fuck you're doing. Try your best, because that's gonna probably help you for the next fucking thing you're doing. You
ever like see yourself where you're at?
What do you mean?
Yeah, like what you accomplished.
No, because I feel that I feel that, like you're saying, I earlier you mentioned like, most of my life I've been broke or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same shit with me right now. Okay. Currently, I'm fucking broke, right?
Okay.
But to other people, they see that I'm successful.
You balling.
I'm balling. Yeah. I'm with these people and with these. Like it's bigger than it's. What I say to one of my my cousins, I was like, it's not as big as what it seems. They think that it's big, but it's not. I'm still the same person, and I'm still living a humble life.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, sometimes you have to dress to impress.
Correct.
Sometimes I buy some designer stuff because that's where that's where I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
The point of reference, right?
That's what you have. I like it. I'm not gonna lie though. I like it, but I also do it because of the business aspect of it. And sometimes people don't understand that, and they take it as like, oh, this guy is already like.
Right.
So it's like, it's hard to try to get other people to understand that though.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yes, of what I've I would say yeah.
Are you convinced about that?
I know I can do more.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, like in the morning you wake up like, oh fuck, I accomplished this, right? You have a family,
right? Yeah,
they're part of you,
right? Right. I would say yes.
Yeah. So when my son was born, Anadi, that was a game changer for me. Like to me at that point, like, hey, motherfucker, it's not about you, it's about him. So get to work. So your ego, whatever you have for it's not about you.
Yeah.
So handle it. And I think that's my motivation every day is that, it's like,
Making sure.
Yeah. I want to like just make sure that my point of reference is there,
Yeah. Maybe because I'm just on the go a lot. Sometimes I feel that, like you're saying, when it comes to family, I feel that I'm sacrificing a lot right now.
Yeah.
Time with the kids, time with them. But the lifestyle that I have also gives me the opportunity to bond more with them and to have conversations with them that my dad didn't have with me. Like you mentioned earlier too, your dad was an entrepreneur, and you saw that. Same thing with my dad. He didn't necessarily teach me how to do the stuff, but just me seeing how he operated, I was like, I fucking have to just go. And he always taught me that no matter what the fuck you do it right. And if you're going to do it right.
The love would have been appreciative, right?
Yeah.
The love would have been like, you embrace that, So it's hard, like I'm very proud of you,
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you, what you accomplish. I'm very proud of what people say about you,
Oh shit.
Like we have a lot of haters and we
Yeah.
have a lot of like people that appreciate you.
Yeah.
And focus on the people who appreciate you. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you, man. Like embrace that, because that group could be very small.
Right.
The haters keep growing.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's contagious. But everybody around here appreciate you. And I'm very honored to be here.
Well, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for being here, man.
Yeah. Thank you so
do
much
appreciate it.
for opening doors for me. And keep doing what you're doing, man. The way I see you, like I told Bebo, if you watching, motherfucker, $1 million talent, cash that in.
Fuck.
Cash that $1 million talent. Just cash it. Bebo appreciates me, and I much appreciate him. Like just fucking go for it, man. Just fucking go for it.
Yeah.
I got your back.
Okay.
And they got your back.
Oh yeah. That's what it's all about. They're trying to support everyone.
Right? It's tough, man. Like,
Yeah.
You one day, like when I ask you, like, are you proud of yourself? Like, one day you have to just put the shit in like fucking lock.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Like, smell the roses. One time, so I'm gonna tell you the reason I asked that question. So when I went to therapy, because I had an anger management problem,
Mm-hmm.
and the lady was pinche señora, like
Yeah.
fucking 80 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Do you ever stop and smell the roses? I'm like, what the fuck? There's no roses where I'm at, You ever stop and smell the roses? Like, what? You ever stop and smell the roses? I'm like, what roses? The ones that are in front of you. And then I didn't realize that, like we came from a fucked up environment. We had to like stop and smell the roses. Like, hey, it could be worse.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking right now when you're saying like, are you happy with where you're at? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm, are you proud of what you've done? And I'm like, yeah, I am, but to a certain extent,
Yeah,
I feel I can do more.
yeah.
I feel I
That ambition of you never stop. No matter what, you be 60 years old, bro.
I feel that I'll get comfortable. That I think that's my fear. If I
No.
say that I'm fucking
Bro, you be 60 years old and you never lose that ambition. You be a little bit tired and much richer.
yeah,
And you're like, you know what? Going up that mountain is not worth it. I'm gonna go over here.
yeah.
What motivates you?
Oh, fuck. For sure, my family, but more so the simple stuff. Like just the smallest thing that motivates me right now is just my kid one day coming up to me and being like, "Hey, can I invite my friends to the pool?" Like just that.
Going to pool.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. That's the plan, to get a pool.
That's the worst mistake you did.
That's but just
No, I'm
for
kidding,
that,
dude, because
just for that fucking.
No, I'm bullshitting you because my pool experience was like fucking horrible.
Oh no, I know the experience.
Yeah,
Yeah, whack
these
as fuck.
motherfuckers were like scraping the fucking pool with a fucking spoon, bro. Like,
Yeah, Justin was telling me the
like
process.
this motherfucker, like I'm like offering beer, offering fucking I'm bringing fucking strippers and like what the fuck, like
Hurry the fuck up.
I was like, dude, like come on, dog. Yeah, but my motivation was also the pool. My motivation was like a point of reference. So my stepdaughter Alexa, like that's her house. That's her childhood house.
Yeah.
And my wife and I could afford a bigger house and
Yeah.
have like this element. But we don't do that because that's what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll take away from that.
Yeah.
So we're willing to like adapt to it.
Yeah.
And like, okay, expand the kitchen or do the pool, whatever. So, yeah, man, like when you invest in your family is the best investment ever,
Yeah. Now that's like what motivates me the most. Obviously the goals, the not the money so much, but the accomplishments. I'm more of like, I can't believe I did this, or I want to do this, and let's see if like I would like to challenge myself.
So you ask me how I see you a couple years from now.
I mean, how do you think? Cause
You'll be a pioneer in the sport. You'll be like that person that people will be like, oh yeah,
I know what you're saying. Hopefully that
You
fucking
will. You will.
you
Be
know.
determined.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything you want to promote? Anything you have going on? Anything that you want to?
So December 2nd, we're gonna have the hangar, right?
Okay.
Costa Mesa. So it's a good venue. It's local.
I've been there. It's badass.
Fun.
Fucking fun. First boxing match we've been to.
Yeah.
I appreciate
It's
the
different,
tickets.
right?
Fuck. It's dope.
Right? It's like, to me, for me to get, and just want to tell you, for me to get in there, it was hard. But when they asked me, like, hey, Oscar, your fighter's making this much money. How much are you to make? I'm like, nothing. Give it all to the boxer, you know? So we grow that relationship. Now we have Mandala, Tequila Mandala, to be sponsoring that event 2022.
Fuck.
Huge for us. Like, enormous. December 2nd, Kane Sandoval fighting there. 2-0. Last time you guys were there.
Yeah, we saw that fight. That
Give
shit.
madrazos, bro. And yeah, co-main event. So I mean, the show's already sold out.
Shit. That's how you know that's gonna
Yeah,
be.
so
Good.
Mandala's like, you guys are already in. You guys are in. You know.
Fuck,
Yeah. So
we're going.
Yeah, Mandala is like putting a stamp to it. Like, chingue su madre, everybody's gonna go to it.
Yeah.
You know? So La Vida Cantina, so Mandala, like, it's like water.
Right.
Like, you sit down and there's like little booth and that Mandala on it. So the after party's gonna be in there. So they're already like connecting with that, you know. So
it's gonna be big.
it's gonna be big. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cold. You know, so
Take some shots.
a few.
Take some shots. All right. Well, that was it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. I learned a lot. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here again.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to leave his links down below. That way you guys can find him in his social medias.
Yeah.
And looking forward to talking to you again.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here again.
Of course.
Till next time, guys.
Thank you. How was it?
That was good. Badass.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good episode.
I wasn't slurring too much?
No, dude.
No?
You're good.
Yeah. I was nervous.